Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
You swallow what many people are calling the Ozempic pill, oral semaglutide. You don't have to put a needle in you. Sounds great. But here's the part no one's talking about. Less than 1% of that drug ever reaches your bloodstream. The rest travels through your digestive tract, through your stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and along the way, it's washing over trillions of the good microbiome that is controlling your gut lining, inflammation, metabolism, brain health, and even your body's ability to produce its own natural GLP-1. The hidden inside ingredient that's making it do all of that is called SNAC, short for salcaprosate sodium. What is it? It helps the semaglutide get through the stomach wall. But new research published in the Journal of Controlled Release raises a major question. What is it doing to your gut along the way? Right? In a 21-day animal study, researchers found that this oral semaglutide delivery system was associated with major changes in the gut microbiome, inflammatory markers, butyrate production. By the way, butyrate is needed to make your own GLP-1. The gut microbiome is related to your metabolism, and brain-derived neurotropic factor, also known as BDNF, which affects your mood, your depression, all those good brain things that are going on. The numbers are alarming. Butyrate, the short chain fatty acid your gut lining runs on, drops dramatically. BDNF drops dramatically. Inflammatory signals increase. Beneficial bacteria that help ferment food, protect the compounds, those decline. So today we are asking the question, could the oral version of a GLP-1 be damaging the very gut ecosystem your body needs to produce its own GLP-1? Your body already has that machinery. It's just not working. Your gut makes it, your L cells release it, your microbiome supports it, your butyrate produces bacteria to fuel it. But when the system is damaged, you're no longer supporting that metabolism. So today I'm breaking down exactly what that SNAC is, what the research found, why butyrate's the missing link, how the thyroid and iodine fit into the entire story, and the natural stack that helps support gut integrity, butyrate production, thyroid and metabolism, and to get you the results you are looking for. Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, the podcast that gets straight to what works. I'm Sara, certified nutritionist, founder of Accelerated Health Products. Here, I cut through the noise, bring you the real strategies, the powerful supplements, natural solutions that help your body detox, boost your energy, balance your hormones, all the things. Let's jump in. Okay, so what is SNAC? Most people know semaglutide through Ozempic or Wegovy. Those are the injectable forms. They go under the skin. They bypass the digestive tract. But the pill form is sold as Ribosys. I might be saying that wrong. It's different. Peptides are very difficult to absorb orally. That's all over TikTok and everything. Do the orals work or do you have to inject? It's not fun injecting with needles. Now, if you're going to get results, that's a different thing, right? But you might be listening going, I want to do a GLP, but I just don't do needles. An oral, that's so great. I can't wait to try it. Well, there's this part that no one's talking about. The enzymes break them down before they can even get into the bloodstream. So manufacturers added this chemical absorption enhancer called SNAC. It helps the semaglutide pass through the stomach lining. Okay, so even with that, only a small percentage of the oral semaglutide reaches your circulation. So you might not be getting results, but then what happens to the rest? It goes through the gut. Your gut is an immune organ. It controls hormones, detox, brain signaling, your gut-brain axis, your gut-liver axis, your gut-thyroid axis. Everyone talks about the gut axes because the gut is so important to your overall health. Well, when a drug delivery chemical repeatedly moves through that environment, what's it doing to the gut? So that's what this study did. And they found that in this study, these people were not obese, they were not diabetic, they were healthy. So if this is going on in healthy individuals, what is it doing to people that are obese and are metabolically damaged, right? It found that there was a reduction in beneficial bacteria. There was a reduction in butyrate. There was more leaky gut. There's more inflammation. So many things. That beneficial bacteria is your immune system. It's part of it helps your body absorb the good nutrients. It's part of your metabolism. It converts food into short chain fatty acids. It supports the gut barrier. All of these things. It's important for your immune system. That immune system is taxed. With this compound, the immune system suffers. Hydrogen sulfide increases. Now, that's not always bad, but when it's in small regulated amounts. But when it overpopulates the system, it interferes with your mitochondrial function, increases inflammation, causes leaky gut, all the things. And then there was a lower amount of butyrate. So it kills the butyrate. Butyrate is what helps produce and feed your own natural GLP-1. So you're taking this pill that is GLP-1 and you're killing the little GLP-1 in your own system, right? Butyrate is that short chain fatty acid and it fuels the cell lining in your colon. Super important. But once these compounds go down, then you have more leaky gut. And then what happens? That goes into the liver. The liver receives blood directly from the gut. So then the gut barrier weakens, the liver becomes burdened. And when the liver becomes burdened, metabolism slows. You cannot separate your thyroid health and metabolism from your liver or your liver from your thyroid. And they're all connected to the gut. So if one slows down, they're all going to slow down. Hormone clearance, getting rid of the bad hormones, goes down. Histamine increases. Thyroid conversion from the T4 to the active fat-burning, energy-producing T3 goes down. Inflammation increases. Inflammation is the cause of all disease. The whole metabolic system becomes harder to regulate. And that's why butyrate is so important. So that naturally increases your GLP-1. Now, BDNF drops. The brain is part of this story. BDNF stands for brain-derived neurotropic factor. It is the fertilizer for the brain. It helps the neurons survive, supports learning, creativity, mental sharpness, mood. If BDNF is low, you're probably suffering from a little depression. So one of the reasons butyrate is so powerful is that it helps support BDNF. Well, when the butyrate collapses, BDNF falls as well. So popping this pill, you're not going to feel great. You might be skinnier or maybe not even skinnier because it's not even being absorbed and getting into your system. But you're also going to have brain fog, low motivation, poor memory, depression, slower cognition, all of these things. And you cannot separate this from the thyroid. This is where thyroid and iodine are part of the story. And I know it's not sexy. I know iodine's not sexy, but it's real. It's the foundation. The gut-thyroid connection is not a side conversation. A suppressed thyroid slows gut motility. That's why a lot of people with thyroid issues are constipated. Gut motility is how efficiently food, bacteria, bile, toxins, waste move through the digestive tract. And when motility slows down, stagnation increases everywhere. That affects your lymphatic system. That's why you feel puffy and water retention. That creates a perfect environment for bacterial overgrowth, fermentation problems, gas, bloating, constipation, reflux, dysbiosis, inflammation. So the loop looks like this. Low thyroid slows motility. Slow motility increases dysbiosis. Dysbiosis lowers butyrate. Low butyrate weakens the gut lining. That increases inflammation. That suppresses the thyroid function. And now you are stuck. You are gaining weight. You're bloated. You're tired. You're cold, constipated, foggy brain, inflamed, reacting to all different foods, craving sugars. Isn't that what we're trying to get away from with this whole pill, with Ozempic and these GLPs? So then you're told you just need appetite suppressant. But what if appetite isn't the problem? What if the real problem is a damaged gut, thyroid, liver, metabolism loop? And this is why I always come back to iodine, because iodine's the mineral your thyroid needs to make thyroid hormone, increase fat oxidation, help with cleansing the liver, help with balancing the hormones. This is not dramatic. This is not sexy, but without iodine, nothing else works. So if you choose to do a GLP-1, 2, or 3, oral or not, you need to address the thyroid. You need to address the liver. You need to address the gut. But with this oral pill, you're destroying all of them while you're trying to reach a result that actually might backfire. Iodine is the primary mineral your thyroid requires to produce T4 and T3. It's the 4 and 3 molecules of iodine, the hormones that govern metabolic rate, gut motility, temperature, cellular energy, fat burning. And most people and practitioners never address is that we're being bombarded by chemicals like fluoride, bromide, and chlorine in our environment like never before. And they kick that iodine out of your body, and you are already deficient in iodine. So you're filling your body with toxins in those little parking spots that are meant for iodine with these toxins, and everything slows down. So now we're not only suffering from a slow metabolism and unexplained weight gain, but you're increasing your risk for disease, cancers, all of those things. So this means a person can look normal on your lab test and you feel awful, right? So that's where you start with acceleradine iodine. That should be a basic foundational supplement for everybody, whether you're choosing to do a GLP or not. Okay, it's going to help with your thyroid signaling, get rid of the toxins, helps with gut motility, cellular energy, immune system. It's antiviral, antibacterial, all the things, detoxification, energy, helps with the brain. It helps increase that BDNF. It helps increase the mood, get rid of the anxiety. Iodine deficiency is the number one cause of depression. Let that sit for a minute. Are you on an antidepressant? Did your doctor offer you an iodine supplement? Did they even look at your thyroid? Probably not. Most people don't. So iodine is number one. Next is accelerated thyroid, because if you don't have a healthy thyroid, all of these GLPs are not going to do any good. I mean, I know you've tried caloric restriction before. That's essentially what you're doing here with your lowering your calorie intake with these GLPs, but you're not addressing your thyroid. And then you're sitting there going, I'm eating 800 calories and I can't lose weight. Well, that's your thyroid. That's where the acceleradine iodine and the accelerated thyroid come in. This helps with the T4 conversion into T3, supports the thyroid with all of the basic fundamental needs it needs and nutrients that feed the thyroid so it can get back to working the way it works. Imagine eating what you want, feeling energy, feeling heat in your body, pooping when you want to poop, having the mood and cognitive clarity that you used to have, the body composition, increasing muscle mass and lowering the fat. That's amazing. That's what you get when you turn your thyroid back on. Now, number 3 is a game changer, accelerated fast. So that SNAC research points us back to something foundational. The gut lining needs the right environment to repair. One of the fastest, quickest, most effective ways to do that is through fasting. And I'm not saying fasting for 3 days or a 5-day fast. I'm talking about intermittent fasting without stress. So the accelerated fast doesn't tell your body I'm in a stress state when I'm not eating. It says, hey, I know how to burn my own fat. I don't need to eat for a couple of hours. I'm going to give my digestive system a break so it can rebuild. The tight junctions rebuild. The inflammation decreases. The gut clears out all of the old and bad bacteria and waste, right? But you're not hungry because your body's tapping into its own fat stores. It gives you energy. It stabilizes that blood sugar, and it gives you a little bit of ketones. This also helps your brain and your memory and your mental energy. It increases your fat burning. Doesn't this sound amazing? Without even taking a GLP? Now, it's great to add in if you are doing a GLP, but it reduces the appetite through metabolic balance the way the body is meant to do it. The gut lining repairs very quickly, and you feel like you could go run a marathon. I work out fasted after taking my accelerated iodine, accelerated thyroid, and accelerated fast. The morning hunger goes away. The cravings begin to calm down. So accelerated iodine, accelerated thyroid, accelerated fast, you will feel that control. Now, a lot of people like to add in the berberine to help with that blood sugar control. That is something that you can do. Some of you don't need it. And it helps with the natural GLP-1 butyrate production. Now, you can also add in a butyrate supplement if you need to, but you cannot ignore the liver. Now, whether you're taking a GLP or any other peptides, you have to address the liver. The liver is where you control your histamines, your inflammation, the thyroid conversion hormones from T4 to T3, all of it. The liver is the cornerstone. So the gut barrier weakens, the liver takes the first hit. The blood from the gut that you've just destroyed with this new oral Ozempic goes straight to the liver. And if the gut is leaking inflammatory fragments, bacterial toxins, metabolic waste, the liver's got to process all of it. When the liver's overwhelmed, the thyroid conversion drops. The bad hormones can't get out of the body. Histamine increases, so you're inflamed. Bile flow becomes sluggish and you can't poop. Inflammation increases. Fat metabolism all happens in the liver. That's going to become harder. So that means when you're taking this drug to lose, to suppress your appetite, you're not rebuilding your health. That is not repairing your metabolism. So that's where accelerated liver care comes in. Once or twice a day. This is magic. Most of you, whether you're wanting to do a GLP or not, whether you're wanting to lose weight or not, we are suffering from overwhelmed livers. 50% of you have fatty liver disease and you're not alcoholics. That's because the liver just can't do what it's being asked to do. And this matters in that GLP-1 conversion because when the gut motility slows from taking this GLP, the food sits longer, bacteria fermentates, inflammatory waste builds up. So the accelerated liver care helps with that bile flow, getting everything out, opening the detox pathways, increasing that conversion from T4 to T3 thyroid hormones, getting rid of the histamines, helping with fat burning and fat metabolism. All of it, the gut-liver communication increases. Then you'll see less bloating, less digestive heaviness. Your bloating isn't just about enzymes in your stomach. It's about your liver. It helps with your elimination. Your pooping is going to be great. It's going to be regulated and great and getting everything out. Also affects your skin. Any skin issues, acne, rosacea, all of those things is affected by your liver. Your energy comes from your liver. So that is another foundational supplement when you are taking a GLP-1 or any peptide. Most people, when they're doing the growth hormone peptides, the MOTS-C, all of these other peptides, there's a histamine response and it's affecting your liver because your liver says, hey, wait a second, you just introduced something new. I'm already trying to deal with what you've put me through. So it's really important to be addressing your thyroid and your liver when you are doing any of these peptides. So you want to rebuild that foundation. Accelerated iodine, accelerated thyroid, accelerated fast, accelerated liver care. Those are the foundations. And then you're going to feel this amazing energy and stability, and your thyroid's going to work. You're not going to be losing muscle. And you know what? Your control of your hunger is actually probably going to come in line with what your body's feeling. Hey, I'm actually getting good nutrients and I'm getting rid of all the junk that's causing those cravings. Wow, maybe I don't even need a GLP. Now, maybe you do, but these are some things that you need to address if you choose to do any of the GLPs, 1, 2, or 3, and especially if you're looking at the oral. Make sure you are looking at the side effects. It is so important. It's the wild, wild west, you guys. These peptides have huge opportunity, but it is the wild, wild west. Thanks for tuning in. Before you leave, let me know what sparked a question. Have you thought about doing an oral? There's a lot of celebrities talking about them. Did something I say hit home? Leave a comment below. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your side effects. I want to hear your benefits. I want to hear your results. Anything. Give us the nuggets that you have experienced. And if you haven't joined the free group coaching on Telegram, do so today. Answer your questions every day of the week. All of my articles, the free group coaching supplements we talked about, you can find them at sarabantahealth.com or acceleratedhealthproducts.com. You can use coupon podcast10 on your first order. And most of you listen every week, but you haven't subscribed. Click that button below and you will be notified when I release all of my new podcasts. They are on over 100 different podcast channels, including Spotify, Apple, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Roku, and more. I drop new episodes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.